Frugum.
What is up, Bucs Nation? It is November 27, 2023, and you're watching the Loose Cannons podcast. You guys know who I am. I'm always hanging out with the sexiest Dominican, regardless of pronoun, okay, that I've ever known. The Poppy Latte. And of course, beneath him, on the bottom of your screen, is the dumbest old white I have ever known. A guy named Stanker.
Happy birthday, Sammer.
Happy birthday, Sammer.
Man, you look beautiful.
Hey,
not a
thanks.
day over 2051, whatever you are. Like, literally ages old. Ages.
Today, for the first time today, when I realized that I hadn't wished my brother a happy birthday.
Me neither.
And, he can get upset, whatever. It's like, it's birthday 1785.
Once you've had like 1,700 of them, it's like,
Yeah.
But
you
real
lose count.
But real talk, I had a moment of relapse. I had a moment of PTSD, as Stanker so often has on this show, where I found myself, my birthday's on December 14th, for those that care. And I vividly remember so many years where I'm like, just this weekend, Bucks. Just my birthday. Just make me happy. And when I realized that it was Sammer's birthday, I was like, wow, they just shit in his stocking. They just dropped a big old pile of shit and lit it on fire on your porch and you stomped it out on your birthday. I mean,
They don't care.
On your birthday, they don't give two shits, bro.
They don't care.
At all.
Lucky for me, I have about 13 fireplaces, so I have a lot of stockings. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, right? So one stocking over what? Like the other 39 are fine. So I think I'm okay. But it's not okay.
Oh, the segue. What a beautiful segue.
The Bucs going to Indianapolis. And what does the first one say? Yep, the Bucs struggles continue in Indy. Yep, that's a great headline. Obvious one, of course. From time management to timeout usage
Was it Sammer? Was it the defense?
calling a quarterback sneak with your short quarterback, to not understanding what your playbook's supposed to do from one series to the next, to not covering the other team's best receiver, to not being able to stop the run, to Levante David being the biggest missing piece, and of course to Devon White not knowing how to tackle a journeyman backup quarterback with zero athletic ability. The Bucs lose to the Colts, boys. That's all I got.
I memean, this is gross. It is absolutely gross. I've had my moment to talk about, birthdays and shit and bags and stuff. I'll let Stank go, but it's gross. But we've reached that threshold where I've become a draft expert again, and where I find myself screaming at the TV, and then it's just comical. It's like, here we go again. Stank, you have the floor. Go Stank Cam.
Full Stank Cam. Hey guys, it's been a while. I feel like I haven't been on the show in quite a while, and through all types of weather, Sammer's tried to replace me, but I'm back here in this seat.
Good. You look really good.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, fasting, it works. When you stop putting food in your body, weird shit happens. But anyways, for somebody who needs to eat more, which is the hell of a segue, is this Bucs football team. They need to eat more touchdowns. It just started with, what was that series on the goal line? What was it? 64 decides to, false start, pushes us back, which is one of the most egregious things you can do on the goal line. Then they tried the Baker, or before that, they tried the Baker fucking sneak. Whatever that was, which we had the chance to kind of jump out early, feel good, get some momentum. Defense comes out with some swagger. We've got a touchdown, we had the opportunity, and just in mediocre fashion, shit all over ourselves, and then the game pretty much went the way it went. Right there. But look, Dave Canales, he came out. I was like, look at you, Dave. Look at you. He had a pretty good. Yeah, he had pretty good.
He does the same thing every week.
Sammer has said every week, he's like, oh, how do teams look so good on their first drive when it's scripted? You're supposed to look good, and we don't. But it has. That first drive was beautiful. Hit Chris Godwin, hit Mike Evans, hit Cade Otton on a huge gain. It was like, wow, bing boom bang, we're right down the field. This is gonna be
throwing on first down.
Yeah. What happened? And then
ahead of the chains.
They somehow thought we're the fucking Eagles, and we try and sneak with Baker Mayfield, who is not. Listen, I don't mind the play call. I don't. We've talked about it at the stadium. We've talked about it on the show. Context. It's the first quarter. It's the first drive. It's not fourth down. It's first and goal. You're not going to give Rashad a crack. Like, what are we doing? By the way, Stank, you failed to mention, out of that whole series, Samurai, I apologize, the most beautiful Hall of Fame, GOAT-worthy, GOAT status type, the best incompletion I've ever seen in my life. I mean, talk about it. It's the best incompletion ever, bro, because...
Apparently.
Man, what a breath of fresh air having that guy in the lineup, right? Didn't he look tall and strong, right? Didn't he look good?
They threw a pick to Mike Evans on a fade route.
Stinny saved him. Stinny's false start saved a pick in the end zone on the very first throw of Kyle Trask's 2023 season.
That was the flattest jump ball I've ever seen in my life for a fade. What was that?
He's a little rusty.
Back to what you were talking about, though, Latte, the quarterback sneak. Right? It's first and goal, right? I get it. Sometimes you line up to the line, you get to the line of scrimmage, and you see something, you're like, oh, we got him, and you go and that wasn't the case here. This was called quarterback sneak in the huddle from the offensive coordinator. You have a very short quarterback who's already banged up. They're talking about his fucking knee in the pregame show on CBS, which, by the way, absolutely terrible, terrible network. And thank you for that dumb banner that I had to look at the entire first half of the game. I digress. What was the point of that call? I don't get that. What a wasted down. And ends up injuring your guy on top of it all. And then it completely deflates everything they worked on that first drive. And then we talked about the first drive being great, right? After that first drive, it's like they took the playbook for that and they were like, whoop, what's the next one, baby? And they pulled out some other nonsense. Oh, here we go. A different playbook for the first quarter on. And then the second quarter, every week the same shit happens. Every week. I said it to you guys, we didn't get to do a show last week. The Bucs coaching staff has consistently outcoached themselves every single week for the last 8 weeks.
Sammer, you said something interesting there. You said play action. What is that? Because the Colts seem to convert, what was it, like 4 out of 5? Fourth down on hard play action. My 12-year-old literally looked at me, guys. Jaden, the singer guy. And he's like, why are they saying that guy's eligible in the bring? Oh, they're going heavy, kid. They're going heavy.
Latte, we're not. I don't know if you noticed this. We're not good at play action. It looks.
No.
We never sell it.
I don't know.
It's extremely slow.
We fooled the
Baker can't seem to figure out what he's doing after he turns back.
We don't call it. We don't call it we don't call it at the right times. We don't call it consistently from week to week. There's weeks where it just completely vanishes. And Kirby with the fucking that little RPO, that's not really play action in my mind. Like, that's not real play action. That's not going to force a bite. It's going to hold a linebacker, but give me some hard play. The 1 week the running game works where you could really capitalize, and we don't run any actual true play action. I mean, like I said just a minute ago, we outcoached ourselves. Again, it's frustrating, man. It's the same thing every week.
What I was going to say before Stank jumped in was my 12-year-old asked me, why are they bringing that? I said, they're going heavy because they're probably going to run the ball. And he looked at me and said, but if they do that, wouldn't it be cool to just play action and trick us? I was like, that would actually be kind of genius, Jaden, if they do, and they might. And then, boom, they fucking did it. Why couldn't we do that at the goal line? Why couldn't we do that at the goal line? Why are we running it? Why couldn't we do that?
You mean like they did against us on fourth down to seal the game?
Multiple times. Multiple times.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say.
You guys know Todd, friend of the program? Very good friends with Sammer, so it's hard sometimes because you don't want to make things personal. But did you guys see the press conference today? And Scott Reynolds,
I didn't like it.
Balls on that guy, man. They said, hey, Scott, we dare you to ask him about it not snowballing. Because he said like 4 weeks ago, we just can't let it snowball. And Scott had the balls. He said, Coach, you said 4 weeks ago that we weren't going to let this snowball. Are we snowballing? And he said no. Todd, love you, bro. I feel like Todd McShay, Todd. What do you mean, buddy? We've lost 6 out of 7. Okay, it's not a snowball. I think somebody on Twitter said it's an avalanche. Is it an avalanche?
No, listen, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. They're just like they did last year. They're justifying the failures by how the rest of the division is looking. Like they feel like, you know what? Oh well, but we're 1 game out of first place. Like it's awful. It's almost like an abusive relationship in a way. Like, okay, we might look like shit, but so does everybody else. We're 1 game out of first place, guys. So what are you upset about? Like, how are you questioning me?
We're 1 game out of first place
out of our last 7 games.
Last 7 games, dude. Come on, what are we?
Right? What? 1 game out of first place, bitch. That's what he did. That's what he did to Scott Reynolds. Like, One game, bitch.
Hey, we're one game out.
Scott.
We have the 7th pick in the draft. What the fuck?
7th pick in the draft, one game out. Listen, MK, he says I blame everything on Stank's face and Devon White. I'm not the one who's playing uninspired football and just letting guys run through gaps and letting tackles push me down the fucking field and just letting fucking old-ass Gardner Minshew with his old balls just roll right past me, and I'm just olaying like a fucking dumbass, all right? Don't blame me for Devon White, all right? Yes, I have in the past. Maybe I even got in a heated argument with my brothers last week about Devon White, taking up for Devon White.
It was a 2-hour conversation, sir.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Maybe I'm gonna bring my energy with Devon White down quite a bit.
Yeah, you should bring it. You should bring it down about the length of his arm tackles that he attempts to make on everybody around the shoulder blade area for some reason. Can somebody teach a linebacker on this team? Like, how can he not know how to tackle? Like, how is this so difficult? Why is he trying to grab you with his arms around your shoulders and chest? I've never seen a human being make a tackle like that. Even the great Quan Alexander could at least wrap you up when he finally got there. Like,
I saw Salty, a friend of the program. I saw Salty say today, Devon had to be on PEDs, bro. There's no way. No, it's not the same guy. He was on PEDs for sure. He was on PEDs, bro.
Can we get him back on that shit? By the way, Grady Cruz, happy birthday from one brown man to another. Listen, it's not my birthday. Oh, you mean Sammer? My bad. Happy birthday, Sammer. And then another one from Scott Jackoff. He says, how bad is the South? Amazing one game out. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, bad, real bad. And just bad enough to maybe even keep Todd Bowles, at $1.
No. The stuff that happened yesterday has been happening. Right? The shoulda, woulda, couldas, the or the but, or the if, oh man, we're one thing away from this. We're one block away from that. We're one catch away from this. We're one read away from that. All those things happen to a certain kind of team. And that certain kind of team is a not well-coached team. That's at the end of it all. All right? That's just what it is.
I like how you're doing this.
And look, I take no joy in saying these things because like Latte alluded to earlier, I'm good friends with Todd Bowles. I speak to him on a daily basis.
Yeah, they do.
So it does not make me feel good because he's a good human being. He's a fucking smart guy. He's not an idiot. So I'm not going to disparage him and name call, and I don't like when people do that, right? But at the end of the day, I would be doing a disservice to the show and to myself and to all you guys if I don't call a spade a spade. It's like the message, the voice, it's grown stale, and it starts at Todd Bowles, man. It starts at the top.
Yeah, there's
it sucks, man. It sucks. We all love Todd, but it would be disingenuous for me not to treat him just exactly the same way I would treat any other coach. I called for his firing this week on Twitter. First time I've openly said it. I don't like what I see, and this isn't a small sample size here. Is it always fair? No, it isn't. Is it all on Todd? Nope. But heavy lies the crown, man, and ultimately they're not getting it done. It just seems like we're going in the opposite direction. You asked the question last week or the last time we recorded, maybe when we talked the other day, where's the improvement? I don't really see it coming from many positions, maybe outside of Rashad, who's playing his ass off right now. Where are all those people, though, that was like Rashad's a joke, blah, 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 blah. I don't see those guys anymore. This guy is like, along with Mike Evans, like carrying this offense in a huge fucking way. So we got to give that guy his flowers. And I get it. We keep losing, so nobody really gets fucking flowers. But back to Todd, man. Yeah, it sucks. It really does, man, because we like the guy. But what are you going to do, man? This is not a good product they're putting out on the field each week.
Watch more all 22. Go ahead, Latte.
KGH for Life says, and we've all heard this. And it's a cliche, but it's true. It's true, and I believe it. And goddamn it, it's why, Sam and I spoke earlier. If we could have just gotten BA earlier and ridden that wave for longer, I think everything BA, it's sad. Everything BA set in stone here, the attitude, the give a shit meter, the accountability, all of that seems like it's just gone. It's out the window completely. And KGH for Life says this team has taken over or taken on the demeanor of the head coach. You hear that a lot, and that's what it looks like. No fire, like, okay.
Hey, Latte, but this started last year. You remember that?
You see some of it you see fire from Antoine. You see fire from Levante. You see fire from Cansey.
Self-motivated guys,
yeah,
man.
the guys that don't need you to push their buttons because they are professionals, week in, week out, day in, day out. Every single practice is like a game to those guys. So there are those guys, that are in that mix, but everybody else, man, you can just see that, like, and this kind of ties into what that comment I was going to go. Watch Them All 22 says, the question isn't, is Bowles a good coach? The question is Bowles good enough to overcome a 1/3 cap shortfall to the rest of the NFL? I get that kind of little caveat excuse that people want to use for him. And again, I'm a friend, so I would love that excuse to be true. But these guys have been with Todd Bowles, the majority of them on defense, for how long, Latte?
They've been Dean. The corners have been here since they've been drafted, or 1 year after drafted, right?
Yeah, right.
All these guys have been here
long enough.
The cap is not affecting that. Like the communication, the not being in the right spot, not knowing and not being prepared. Like on defense, there's no excuse, man.
The cap.
Hey, Sammer, I was saying this earlier.
Look at this.
This started last year. Let's go back to Todd's press conferences last year when he was just kind of glazing over the locker room, saying, when these guys decide they want to stop living on what they did in the past and all that kind of shit. Like this started last year. It's not up to them to get over it. Like you need to send that fucking message. This isn't going to be tolerated here.
You know how you send that message? You know how you send that message?
Get rid of some guys. I don't know, bro. Like sometimes you bench a guy. Whatever you have to do
on your team.
Look what the Falcons did to Bijan. Look what they did to that kid. That kid came in with all of the fanfare, had a hell of a fucking preseason and beginnings of the season, and then obviously came in a little too fucking high for his horse, and they put his ass on the bench. Their number 1 draft pick. They sent a fucking message. Where are the messages being sent here other than you got to do better? Oh, you had a good week of practice and then a shitty game and then a good week of practice and then a shitty game. I'm sorry, man. Like at some point, changes have to be made. Jobs have to be lost. Paychecks have to be fucking taken. I'm
just saying. I'm not saying it's right. But we've literally seen BA slap the shit out of somebody on their helmet for making a mistake on the fucking sideline. What the fuck is that? And the crew says Glazer should beg Arians to come back and coach. That's not happening.
Yeah, he also benched Leonard Fournette. Let's not forget that. Yeah, he also
and a cigar and said, "I can cut you if you want."
Yeah, I can cut you if you want. Like that's he also big dicked Tom Brady.
He did,
and quite a few times. That guy came in here, and Arians made it very clear from the get-go who the alpha was in that locker room. To the GOAT, to the GOATest of all the GOATs.
Stank. Week 1, dude. Week 1.
Yes.
Against the Saints. The first year Tom Brady was here. They're like, what happened on the reception? Tom made a bad throw.
He played.
That's never happened to Tom in his entire life.
No. Nope. Not scared, not tap dancing, not keeping it in the locker room behind closed doors. He called those motherfuckers out and let everybody know, and was never ashamed to put his dick on the table, and he took responsibility for the fuck ups, and he also called out guys when they fucked up. That's gone. That's over with.
When he was here, they knew that there was a bar and an expectation, and then with that came a line. If you crossed that line, you had nothing to stand on with BA. You were going to get benched. You were going to get publicly ridiculed. Whatever it was, he was going to make sure that you understood that he's the fucking man, and the standard is what he set it at. And that give a shit meter. Guys like JPP and Sue are sorely missed on this team right now.
Yeah,
because the guys who are here just aren't vocal like that. They're not guys that strike fear and hold you accountable in that way. Not to say that Antoine's not a good leader, but they don't lead in a certain way that sometimes you need in those locker rooms. And right now, the one thing that Todd can hang his hat on is what? The defense. He can't hang his hat on this defense, which is a massive indictment as to his voice has grown stale. The buttons he used to be able to push, Stank, to get you motivated, to get you to wake up, to keep you engaged, they no longer register anything with these guys. And that's usually means it's time to go. And I don't like to say that, like I said earlier, but like you have to be held accountable because you refuse to hold others accountable. Devon White's the first one on that fucking list, man. Why did it take so many damn weeks to bench Ryan Neal? I didn't see him yesterday, and guess what? The defense still sucked, by the way. So I kind of feel bad we put a lot of blame on him, but how is Devon White still out there? Injured or not, you can't let a guy look like that. You can't.
Sam, you know who I like, Sammer? And I posted on Twitter. Servassier. A fucking rookie, bro.
I played him.
That guy's got some dog in him, bro. And I played him. I cut one of his teammates. I've been cutting his hair since he was in middle school, and he's like, bro, both Cansey and Servat, both dogs, bro, dogs.
He out-hustled Devon White yesterday.
Not just out-hustled. He had a good game, but the fact, like, he's got a little bit of, you were mentioning there's no like enforcement in the locker room. JPP's gone. And I don't know why it's escaping me. Don't fucking torch me, Bucs fans. But what was the name of the Pittsburgh linebacker that came here as a free agent? Got into a fight with a bunch of people, kind of setting the tone.
Hardy Nickerson.
Yep. There's no Hardy Nickerson.
Yeah,
no enforcement.
He'll punch you in the face in the locker room. He will punch his teammates in the face and did many times.
Servassier has a little bit of that dog in him, bro. Because immediately, press conference after the game, he goes, wasn't my man. Wasn't on me. What the fuck?
Yeah, there are a few players. There's a few players that strike that kind of fear. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say you can't expect that from him as a rookie. So he may have that dog and that voice, but right now he can't. He can't have that voice, right? But let's go back to those years. Derek Brooks, great leader of men, but he didn't really speak. You know why? Warren Sapp was fucking dog in that room, right?
Came from '99.
JPP has been that guy. Sue was that guy to an extent. Those guys are gone now. Who do we have?
It on both sides. You need it on both sides of the ball, right? By the way, Gruden was that guy on offense. He didn't give a shit about the defense, but you've seen the videos. They're legendary of him calling guys out, making them look fucking silly. Basically, like ended Chris Sims' fucking career. Just put him to shame.
Stank.
You know, it showed what kind of moron that guy was as a coach or as a player, I should say. So you need it. You need it as from the head to the you need it on the field and from the top. And you know what? This ownership knows that, by the way. They've seen it now 3 times already. They've seen guys who lead with more than just their mouth, right? We saw it with Dungy. Ultimately, he couldn't get over the hill and got fired for it. Gruden came in and led us to the promised land. And then you got a guy like B. I have a feeling that we're going to go for another asshole type coach because those are the guys that seem to get shit done, man. Sometimes you bust, right? Sometimes it's a Shiano and you bust, but this play nice kind of shit. I don't like it, man. I don't want to coach like that anymore.
You talked about Gruden going off on Coach, and I can't help but remember this motherfucker cursed out Joey Galloway.
Yeah, he did.
We play in Tampa, Florida, and he's like, I need A4. He's like, Coach, I was getting an IV. Get the fuck on the field. I don't care about no goddamn IV. And I was like, God damn, this motherfucker don't play. We have no asshole. We have no bite. No.
A lot of nice guys. Yes, Jensen is missed so much. You damn right that guy's missed so much.
Jensen's still in the locker room. So like,
he is, but you
I know he's not on the field
from the sideline.
But you can also only do so much as a player. If you can have a loud voice because someone in the chat said so. The question is that the defense lacks a vocal leader. Yes, but also they lack accountability from the guy in charge of them. Right? You could be loud and voice your opinion and 2 guys out. But if the head coach isn't going to have your back and bench those guys that don't meet that standard, what's the point, right?
Callie, I don't want Gruden back. Stop. We were begging.
Don't get blocked, Callie. Bucks.
Yeah, not just forget the racist crap. It's just like, no, the game is past him. He went to Vegas, guys. We wanted him here. We were begging for it, and you saw what shit show it was there. No,
thank God.
Good.
Thank God he didn't come.
We dodged that bullet.
Thank God.
Sammer, scratch that one and go on to the next one. The Bucs are looking for the future because I saw a comment there that said how many games until we should go into what we would consider we'll call tank mode. And then Pless had a brilliant comment there a little bit ago that said his options in order are Ben Johnson. I can't remember the other one, Sammer. I don't know if you can see the comment. No, but there was one more in between there. It was Ben Johnson, somebody else, and Slowick. I'm a Slowick and Ben Johnson fan. I don't know where we go from here. We're pretty certain that Todd is we're going to be looking for a new coach come January. But I
mean, it's barring some sort of miraculous game or a win streak and competing, maybe winning a playoff game.
No, he would have to win a playoff game at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically it's written. We're gonna have a new head coach.
Bro. If only we were playing like the worst team in the NFL next week or something like that. If only we had an opportunity, you could just get an easy win, man. Get some momentum going. That team has nothing to play for. We've got everything to play for. That team is just mired in losing. Maybe they just fired their coach or something like that. If only we were doing that was like our future, and we played them twice in the next 6 games, and played other guys in our division. Like, if only we held our own destiny in our own hand.
We did that last week. Last year we did that actually.
And that was with Tom Brady, and we lost. With Tom Brady, we lost.
After they just traded away all their weapons.
And Christian McCaffrey. And Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey, right? And they fired their coach. No. And they didn't have a quarterback. Some guy named PJ Walker, okay?
Hey, Sammer, I'm literally shaking. I'm sweating right here. Watch more All 22. Poppy, I'm a Johnson fan. If we hire Ben Johnson, dear Lord Jesus, this podcast is going to break. There's going to be so much big Johnson energy and just Johnson in the slot and Johnson at the podium and Johnson just everywhere. Just Johnson all over the sideline. It will not be good. It will not be good. We might get canceled.
Listen, let's talk about it, okay? Latte, you and I have had this conversation probably 6 times already in the last 2 weeks, right? I'm a Ben Johnson guy. I loved what Slowick did to us when we were in Houston. And he comes off the Shanahan tree. It reminds me a lot of Mike McDaniel. You get him the guy. He's worked with a young quarterback. He's brought him up slowly. He's gotten him playing really well. That's not an accident. It's not a coincidence. You bring him in. You let him handpick his guy, whether it's in the first or the second round, however the draft plays out, wherever we fall, and you have your offensive coordinator and your quarterback that merge, that amazing bond, and you have a future you can build on right there. I know Stank wants some retread head coach out of college who wants to cheat to win games.
Everybody in the chat, all you people, all you motherfuckers, you want the hot bitch, right? She's sexy, right? She looks good. Look at them Instagram photos.
No. We want the young. We want the young hot bitch. I want some stretch marks, bro. I want to know you've been there before, right? I like the tiger stripes. Don't give me the hot bitch this is the newest, hottest offensive coordinator. Look at all those guys, bro. When they go on to be head coaches,
look at McVay,
they fucking
look
suck.
At Shanahan.
Mike and McDaniel.
What are we talking about, bro?
Hey, Shanahan came from pedigree, and he cut his teeth for a long time as an OC before he finally got his chance.
Dude, Slowick is from his tree, dude. 40 years old. What are you talking about?
It's Harbaugh or bust.
No, it's not. If you hire Harbaugh,
worse than hiring Bill Belichick. Oh, you're fucking crazy.
He's gone in 3 years. Either he leaves himself or it just blows up in your face.
Oh, well,
I want nothing to do with that.
I'm with Sammer. That's the type of guy who had success in the NFL fucking over a decade ago. He went to college, got the bag at his university. Now, if he escapes to the NFL, right? If it gets hard just a little bit, Sammer, he's going to escape right back to college.
It's not even just that, man. When you go, it's not even just that. That guy loves to control every aspect of what he's doing when it comes to football.
We need somebody.
So one, general manager Jason Light, not going to be here.
No, they can work together.
Two, no. Go look. His history tells you, man. The guys in the San Francisco 49ers couldn't wait for him to leave. From the staff to the players, they could not wait for him to leave. And then he goes to college where he can control everything. He can talk to these kids as kids. He can be the Greg Schiano with a winning record, right?
He made the 49ers relevant again.
And you bring him here. Hold on. You bring him here. You're basically bringing back Greg Schiano, Urban Meyer, those guys that don't know how to talk to men. And have to control everything.
No clout to the game. This
you got to be able to. No, you got to have respect for these. They're men. You're not going to get them to
success coaching in the NFL.
How many years ago, man? Come on.
Does it matter or does it matter?
It does matter.
It does matter. We just talked about
listen. Everything you said, is like it's a bad thing. We want a guy who can control everything. We want that guy who will be in here, be obsessive about.
That was Schiano.
So you want to get rid of one of the best front offices in the NFL. Not only Jason Light, but all the people in his. Oh yeah, they're gonna be gone.
That's what happened with Harbaugh.
That's what he does.
Not necessarily.
Yes, it is. That's why he left. That's why he left the 49ers. They didn't want him to do that anymore. Then John Lynch came in.
Maybe he learned. He learned his lesson.
These guys don't learn. I'm an asshole, and Harbaugh's an asshole. Assholes don't learn. We don't learn.
Hammer. Okay, he can have his plan and whatever, and we'll discuss it further because we're going to be discussing this a lot.
It's a loser plan.
Plus says here he kind of wow. He said if we did a retread, I'd like Brian Flores or dare I say Raheem Morris. Are we going to get younger?
No.
That's never going to happen.
I think Brian Flores is a good coach, but we just had a defensive coach. So in my opinion, you gotta bring in a guy who can at least develop your quarterback and you won't have the risk of the OC running away when he gets another head coaching job. In my opinion, you got to have a guy that can stay here because he's the head coach. You give him a lot more leeway. You've got a longer runaway. I don't want another Dirk Cutter scenario where he might get hired and we force. It's a mess. All the teams that have shown success
What's wrong with Dirk Cutter, bro?
have hired young coordinators that have been able to ride the wave with that quarterback.
I want
works
Dirk
or doesn't work.
I want Dirk back just so I can see the cringe interviews.
One of those hot bitch coordinators. Which is the last one to get a Super Bowl ring?
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay.
Okay. One, and then how many before that?
I'm sorry, man. Can you name the last defensive head coach that won a Super Bowl, Stank?
Yeah.
Tony Dungy?
In Miami? Holy shit.
John Harbaugh's a special teams guy.
Jim Harbaugh's not a defensive head coach.
John Harbaugh is a special teams guy, I said.
He's a special
John Harbaugh. That's
but Jim Harbaugh is very
brother,
much. He has a very defensive. He's an old school, antiquated approach.
He's a fucking quarterback, bro.
Belichick.
He has an antiquated approach.
Belichick, Harbaugh.
Yeah, the Belichick rumor. Let's talk about that nonsense.
Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy is a former running back. He's an offensive coordinator.
You know what? I wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't hate it.
I'm gonna walk off this.
He's an asshole. He's an asshole, and he's gonna bring that asshole energy.
Being a fucking Bucs fan, bro.
Why? What did he ever do to you?
Seen what he has done to that entire roster. He is a shitty GM. He can't draft. He can't build a fucking team like Jason Light has. He
talking about Bieniemy?
No, I'm talking about fucking Bill Belichick, bro. It's
okay. Fuck Belichick. No, I don't even want to talk about that.
I'm like, Bieniemy hasn't drafted anybody.
When did Bieniemy ever do all that?
No, I'm talking.
I knew he sucked. Damn it! No, I don't want Bieniemy.
No,
I don't want whoever made the comment of Bieniemy. No, for two reasons. One, players seem to absolutely hate this guy. Okay,
good.
No, not in a good way. Not in a I hate you in a respectful way.
No, I like it. I
like it. Go away. Don't talk to me kind of way. And then two,
good.
Well, what's he doing over there? Are the Washington Commanders, or whatever the fuck they're called now? Are they scoring 60 points a week? No, they're not. Yeah, their quarterback leads the league in junk yardage.
Their quarterback is fucking Mr. Howell from Three's Company.
Doesn't matter. How many interviews did he have and not get a head coaching gig?
His head coach
Come on, man.
His head coach is Todd Bowles. It's Ron Rivera. Ron.
Then why'd they hire him?
That's his head coach.
Why'd they hire him then?
Look at me, Sammer. It's your birthday. Look at me. Focus. Look at me. Breathe. Okay.
I'm good.
It is your birthday.
Hold up.
Fucking Sammer's birthday, baby.
Sammer,
let's pop some bottles. Let's pop it.
Look at me.
Pop the bottles.
Sammer, listen to my voice.
Oh, Mr. Howell's from Golden Town.
This hillbilly stank barefoot bastard is baiting you. Let him have his take. And when he's horribly wrong and crashes like he did with 45, with all that bullshit and the fucking trip he took us on for 2 hours with 45 and how great he is, let him crash and burn on his own. Because you know what, Sammer? It's what the Glazers are going to do. People want us to fire Todd right now. The Glazers are going to sit back and say, we currently hold the 7th pick. Todd, keep coaching.
How much worse does he get?
Take more.
You don't know how my people think, do you?
Yes,
my people are not thinking about any of that. They're thinking about
Sammer.
They're thinking about who can we hire.
Hey, Stank, they're already looking at how many rookie jerseys will we sell? We get a friend.
Nah, jerseys. They don't care about jerseys. They care about putting butts in seats. And they're going to be like, what kind of splash? They've already done it, bro. They purchased coaches before. They were the first ones to do that. Throw money and draft picks to get a guy. They're going to want to make a splash. No more Brady fucking seats anymore. That stadium is going to be half fucking full for the next decade. If they don't make a move, we talked about this, they're going to have to do something to bring you back, to bring the fair weather Bucs fans, which is all these dumb motherfuckers.
I understand.
Everybody who says they're a Bucs fan, there's fair weather motherfuckers who don't care for real. Don't show up on Sundays. Don't spend the money. Don't give a fuck if we win or lose. Or, there's the Lightning game's on. Oh, the fair's in town. Oh, fuck you. You're not a real Bucs fan, piece of shit.
Hey, Sammer, we were talking earlier, and you said that Jaden Daniels reminds you of oh my God, homeboy,
a skinny Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Pless. Monken would be fun with Jaden Daniels.
I'm not a huge believer in Monken. I don't know why.
God, we're fucking coaches and draft.
Yeah, but here's my thing. Back to what Stank's saying. Stank, I understand what you're talking about with how they approach things, but over the last 3-4 years, I feel like they stayed out of meddling. If they go with a move that brings butts into the seats and doesn't build for the future, like, you're gonna lose more than you're gonna gain fan base wise, man. The worst thing about this is that, like, my kids, for instance, they got on board at the right time. We're winning games. Super Bowl happens. They're invested. They're really buying into it. They love the fucking team. And then now we're sitting with me, and my son's like, the Bucs suck. The Bucs suck. And he doesn't have a good understanding of the game yet at his age, at 9-10 years old. So, like, you're losing now. All of these fans that you created And if you go that route that you're talking about, yeah, you'll put some butts in the seats for a little bit. And when it all falls apart because it's not aimed to build a team that contends, it all falls apart, man. You got to follow the other teams that succeed.
You really think this guy's going to come to the NFL and leave in 2 fucking years for another job?
Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah.
3 years he's gone. Whether
for
it's
what?
by his
Why?
choice.
He already has a dream college job. Where the fuck is he going to go? Back to fucking Stanford?
No, he'll be removed. He wears thin quickly on grown-ass men. That's why he's in a place where guys come and go every 2 years, and they're kids and they have no choice but to listen to him. And he's a control freak.
Nobody's going to buy a ticket to watch a coach. People are going to buy a ticket when there's some excitement in the
I'm not talking about
I wasn't a guy like Ben Johnson. That ain't going to bring excitement to the average fan.
Tell me how much excitement has come with Mike McDaniel. Dude, he's the talk of the NFL, dude.
I know a lot of Dolphins fans who want that guy out of there already. I know.
You're crazy.
As crazy as it sounds. Latte, you know that. They were talking shit last year about getting Mike McDaniels out of there. Let the guy win a Super Bowl. Or let him win a big fucking football game. They're winning some regular season games. They're improving for sure. But yes, Mike McDaniels, I think, is the exception, not the rule. And yes.
No, he's not. No, he's not. It's been the recipe over the last
how many hot bitch coaches have the Chicago Bears hired and the Browns hired?
They don't hire well. They don't hire well.
The Detroit hire. Like they just keep on recirculating coordinator after coordinator after coordinator after coordinator, and it doesn't work.
When the Colts hired, when the Bears hired Eberflus,
the Colts is a great example. Go ahead.
A defensive coach that didn't even have like an elite. Like, what the?
I've never seen him before in my life. No idea who that guy is. Second of all, what a terrible looking human he is. What is wrong with his face?
Watch that team. Watch that team be a contender for the next 5 to 7 years.
I don't buy it. I didn't like what I saw yesterday. I get it. They Gardner Minshew's there.
Is the stream still up for you guys? Is the stream still up? Yeah, there it goes.
What?
It froze.
What? Froze for who?
Took a little bit of a hiccup. Big deal. No, listen, Stank, you're dead wrong, man. The trend is to get the young offensive mind, the guy who's going to change things and do things differently.
Fuck those guys. I don't want them.
Let's keep doing what we've been doing. Hire retread
these guys who've been in the NFL, they don't want to hear from these young kids who have nothing. They've proven nothing. All they're coming in here with this fucking fanfare, and they've proven nothing. Give me a guy who's proven something.
They come with resumes and proof of product, man. They come with actual results.
Michael Pless.
You think McDaniel walked in that room and didn't immediately have respect?
Please, Michael Pless, so we can put this shit to bed with Stank, because this is asinine and fucking stupid. No.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Pless is right. Head coach and QB duo is key.
Yeah, how's that working out in LA right now for the Chargers? How's that working out? It doesn't always work. You guys it's not that easy. You need a coach who can coach men.
That's not an offensive coordinator.
That guy's a defensive coordinator, dude. What are you talking about? And this
defense has been horrible. Do you not see the statistic last night? They've scored 1,507 points in the tenure that Herbert's been there. And their defense has given up 1,500.
I was making a good point until you brought facts to the table. There are lots of other examples, though. There are plenty of other examples.
You have not given us one that we haven't debunked.
Other examples where you bring in offensive head coaches with young quarterbacks.
How's Tony Dungy and Peyton Manning working out? Huh?
That's right. Exactly. Fuck you.
Come on, man.
Hey, I don't type in your chat and try to derail the show. Pless.
Hey, Pless, listen, Pless, we've been talking about that for fucking a month now. He said, look at the Colts coach. Made decisions to win the game, went for it when needed to. We've been talking about that for 4 weeks now. Love Todd, but he's been coaching to not lose instead of coaching to win. And we did it again yesterday. I literally called Sam immediately. I said, there was how much time left and we didn't take a fucking timeout? Why did we not take a timeout? Why did we not take a timeout? Why do you want to put pressure on the offense to have to rush through things instead of taking the timeout? I think Sammer said we would have had like 3 minutes and 30 seconds left with 2 timeouts.
Wait, man.
What are we doing?
I've gone.
We run on second and fucking 8.
I've gone 2 straight seasons.
What about the fucking challenge of Mike Evans' catch?
But listen. I can understand letting that go because people are saying, oh, it wasn't. You couldn't really see that it was confirmed catch. Whatever. Okay. Let's say, let's give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Right? I have not said fire Todd Bowles for these 2 seasons, not once, until yesterday when we stopped them on 3rd down and we had, I think it was 3 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock and we didn't call timeout. We said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and take this ball with 2 minutes left and make sure that we have to hurry up, put our backs against the wall, take our offense, which sucks most of the fucking time, put them in a pressure cooker situation, cut our playbook in half, if not in a third, right? I mean, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. And then go out there, try to steal a play before the 2-minute warning, have a fucking misaligned running back, get a penalty, take back a first down conversion, move us back 5, the whole fucking mess, dude. And then you lose it down on top of that. Instead of calling timeout, getting a free timeout back with a 2-minute warning, giving your offense margin for error. You know what it told me? It told me that Todd Bowles was scared that his defense was going to give up the game after we scored. For some reason, he thought we were going to score quickly.
PTSD.
I don't know what he was watching.
Houston PTSD,
I don't know.
bro.
Yeah, not sure what he's watching. We weren't going to score quickly, Todd.
Can you do me a favor and text him right now and ask him if his bonus is tied to the amount of timeouts he has at the end of the season? Can you do that?
Shut the no.
I mean, it's crazy.
Lewis and SoCal said 401.
In that moment, I said
timeouts. Just keep investing them in the portfolio.
In that moment, Latte, I looked at my 2 kids. One of them is 5 and one of them is 10, and I said, they're gonna fire this motherfucker over these timeouts.
I thought you were gonna say,
then and there,
hey, Uncle Bowles is gonna give you a timeout for Christmas. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Sammer, we talked about
he's never given his kids timeout. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
We talked about it earlier today, right? We've seen it all the time. You see it a lot in the NBA. I've seen it in the NFL with some of these young fucking minded coaches, Sammer. Like, why can we never use it? Like in the first half, why can't we never use the timeout? Like sometimes think you call timeout, the 30-second timeout, just settle things down. They hit a couple plays. Let's just settle down for a second here. Let's talk this over, guys. Like, why are we holding on to timeouts? Does you understand it resets and we get 3 more in the second half? Why can we not use a timeout? Just to settle things the fuck down for a second. Why?
That's what I told you earlier today, man. People like timeouts do stop the clock, right? And they give you more time. But one of the more important things they do is they organize. They organize your team. They organize your thought process. They calm everybody the fuck down. Would you not rather, like Bill Belichick, the great coaches in the NFL, Andy Reid, their entire object in the game is get us as many touches as possible on offense. And if that means I get the ball with 3 minutes and 41 seconds, who knows? If I fuck up, I might be able to get the ball back again. But no, we have no margin for error, like I said. We have to rush everything. We're in a pressure cooker situation. And fucking Tristan Wirfs having the worst game of his entire fucking existence yesterday while injured. Like, all of these things. And
a lot of those sacks, the sacks were on 6. Several of them were.
He got beat pretty fucking handily on 2
I don't
reps.
know about that.
He got whooped, man. I'm sorry. He got whooped. He got whooped.
Sammer, I have a question.
Hey, Pless, break those plays down for us this week, please.
Shut your ass.
Hey, Pless, right now.
Hey,
he got beat in 2 seconds. Go ahead, Latte.
This was for you. It's personal. It's the friendship, but I would like your opinion because this comment kind of resonates. It's like, yeah, maybe. It says if the player thinks you should challenge, i.e., Mike Evans, let the players know you are with them and challenge. Has he lost the locker room? Because when a guy if it's like, Trey Palmer, or sit down, rookie. But when 13 tells you adamantly, like, it's a fucking catch, and you don't even, it's just like, nope. What is the rest of it? Does that permeate? Like, hold on, you know what I mean?
We only got to see 2 angles on the replay. There could have been other angles that if they've taken time, there could have potentially been other shots.
For me, Latte, that's a respect thing, right? If that was BA, even if he didn't see it and he has no idea, he's just gonna throw the flag because he said, my guy's fucking. I'm gonna put this down for my guy, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But now he knows I got his back. Guys fight for you when that.
You're talking about a head coach who iced his own kicker and moved it back. Like that. That motherfucker would just call timeout to send a message.
Hey,
different dog. Hey, by the way, Plus, Sammer, so you win. Plus says Wirfs got beat. Had a bad day. Sorry, Stanker.
He had a bad day.
I don't believe you.
And I will always err on the side that he was injured. He's playing injured. He got rolled up on last week, so I would say, he's not 100% because we've seen him. He's the best. No. Like, it doesn't just happen. He all of a sudden sucks, right?
Hey, listen, that guy's never given a sack up in his entire career. You can explain every single one of them. Not his fault. Not his fault.
You're crazy. He got beat like 2 seconds on one of them, dude. You're you know what? You're all 22. This is your dumbest episode yet.
All 22
person. Pretty bad.
All 22, dude. You know what? I think I trust your opinion more. What do you think, all 22 guy?
It says it wasn't a catch, though. It touches the ground. It was a second half timeout. No excuse not to challenge the Payne Durham touchdown, though, in the first.
What did you just call him?
Good point. Good point.
What did you say his name was?
Payne Durham.
Payne Durham.
Durham? You sure about that?
Is it Durham?
You sure about
I
that?
don't give a fuck what his name is, all right? He's not a fucking starter in the NFL.
You talking about baby Gronk? You talking about baby Gronk?
I'm going to call him Payne Dur Turkey, all right? I don't
Catch
care.
of the fucking season? Little Gronky? That was incredible, bro. Good for you, Payne.
You are an absolute moron. I don't even want to see what the rest of this season is going to bring out of you.
Simmer,
we haven't seen this show. This show has not seen this version of Stank. Tanking Stank. We haven't seen Stank.
Nope.
Literally, the word tank is in your name, dude.
Yeah. Sammer.
The stank is on.
Hey, let's go around the room. Go.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, bro.
Love you.
Hey, let's go around the room.
man.
Sammer.
Fuck
Listen,
you, Callie. I should have banned you for being racist earlier, you piece of shit. All right, continue.
Fuck up.
Can you shut up?
We went.
It's our show.
I want to go around the room here, and this is interesting. This is new territory, right for us on this show. So if Todd goes, a lot of what will be instilled, even the coaches, everything, his thumping is gone, right? So I asked with that context, I asked this with that context. Jake showed us one thing: you never tank, right? Especially when you have a team with a lot of talent. But as it relates to today, the way this team is right now, in the position we're in right now at 4-7 with the 7th pick, would you tank? Stank, you go first.
Never tank.
Okay, Sammer.
No, never. I don't believe in it. I don't think it works, and I don't think it's conducive to bringing in outsiders and keeping guys bought in here.
Let me rephrase.
You never lower the expectation that every week you're trying to win.
Agreed. And I agree with both of them, by the way. Let me rephrase the question. I said earlier, the Glazers know exactly what they're doing. If they just let it be, because they see where it's going, it's just going to... Would you be upset if they just didn't win again?
I would.
Or would you see like, damn, man, we're sitting top 3 now. Like they're trying. They're out there. They're trying like yesterday, and they just fall short because of coaching woes, bad decisions. Okay. I don't know if I'm upset if we end up with the top 4 pick. I'm just saying.
I don't like watching my team lose, man.
I hate it.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, and part of me too. If I'm a player in that locker room, after a while, it wears on you. A guy like Levante, a guy like Mike, who's been through enough of that already as it is. I don't want them to continue to go through that and have a bad taste in their mouth, saying, "Why the fuck would I come back? I just went through another bullshit season." I don't want to do that. I could go put on the Cowboys colors and helmet and go have me a fucking blast and play for America's team, right? The glitz and glamour has never worn off on that team, by the way.
For the record, I don't want to tank either, right? A lot of you and Sammer and I and Stank and I have had those conversations, and with people behind the scenes, right? Those of you that are wishing Todd Bowles to go because you just don't like him or you just don't like his style, I would love nothing more than if we go on some stupid run and win that playoff game and make it to a divisional round. That would be fucking amazing. That would be ideal. Because the fact of the matter is, and Pless knows this, and everybody that has, just think about it. If they truly nuke it, that means for all of you that are bitching that Mike should be back and Levante should be back, that new coaching staff doesn't give a single fuck about that. They can literally say, nope, take your $20 million and go somewhere else, Mike. Levante, appreciate the service. You guys are legends. Look what happened when Raheem came in. They blew it all up. Derek Bruce is gone. They cut everybody. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I agree.
But
listen, if you're okay with
the day, though, they have a lot of good pieces, which I think makes this job attractive, and they don't have to blow it up. They're just one more offseason away from being able to kind of load up as long as they continue to draft well. They let some of these guys develop. They tell Devon White to kick fucking rocks, go play for $5 million for some other fucking team because you're not playing here. Like, they're kind of set up nicely, man, for this to be the, I think they're set up nicely, honestly. You just can't let the loser mentality enter the locker room as if it's an approach or it's on purpose, because then you lose guys like Mike. You lose guys that you want to keep on this team.
Not just that. You got young guys, the core of this team now, like Antoine Winfield Jr. and Wirfs and now Savassier and Cansey. You can't let that shit infect them, man. We saw what it did to Gerald McCoy and those teams. Losing is infectious. Doesn't matter what your fucking draft pick is. You're always looking for the savior to walk in the door. That shit doesn't work. And like I said before, if you're a Dungy era Bucs fan, you'd never say that. If you're a Gruden era Bucs fan, you'd never say that. If you're a Brady Bucs fan, maybe you say it because you just haven't done that before. all that shit of losing and hoping to get the next best, hoping to draft a savior, which this franchise hasn't done in 47 years, by the way. Outside of Doug Williams, we've never had a franchise quarterback before. Right, and we had a fucking, speaking of racists, we had a fucking piece of shit racist owner that didn't want to give him, I don't know, lost him for $150,000 or whatever it was. So that doesn't work. You try to fucking win every game. If you end up with a better draft pick at the end of the season, whatever. But listen, if you're okay watching Patrick Mahomes throw passes to Mike Evans and Justin Watson next year, go ahead, bro. Pray on your hands and knees tonight that we tank for some college kid.
I told Sam that.
Who only gives a fuck about a paycheck, and by the way, might hold out because he doesn't want to play for your team anymore. Because that's the kind of fucking energy, like the kid in fucking Southern. Yeah, Caleb Williams is coming with. Fuck that guy. I don't want him on my team,
bro.
I don't want that guy because he's a quitter. That's what I don't want.
That's a real reality, guys. That's a real reality. Hey, there's no guarantee if the Bucs want them back that 54-13 are back. They're going to want to see who the head coach is. They're going to want to see what's going on, who's the quarterback. And listen, that is a real reality. The Jets tried trading from Mike this year. What's to stop him from signing with them next year in New York with Aaron Rodgers, big market team?
Bro, Andy Reid wants every former Buck, bro. He wants them all.
What's to stop him from going to Kansas City? You tell me Mike playing with fucking Kelsey and Mahomes?
I mean, yeah, I mean,
they need a receiver.
They need a receiver. They need a big number one receiver.
My thing with what Stank's saying too, man, is that a lot of those teams that purposely tank and try to go get their guy, they're in the same cycle. They're just
always
it's the same purgatory.
Same shit over and over again. The Giants, the fucking Cardinals. The Cardinals did it 3 years in a row somehow. I mean, they're just constantly the Bears, the Bucs to an extent.
But you know what, Sammer? When they hit, they had a fucking hell of a ride with Eli for a long time.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm not saying it's right.
How far and few between are those hits, right?
Odds are it doesn't
and
work out.
They didn't actually hit. That hit for the Chargers.
That defense took
and then it somehow moved him over because they finagled their way out. But my point is, the teams that are winning and consistently compete, they kind of accidentally fall into the right guy, right? They get a chance to get the guy. You get your Patrick Mahomes. It just happens, and you don't suffer and you don't sacrifice
Jalen Hurts,
culture of it all.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. No. Hey, Josh Allen. Josh Allen was the 7th pick. Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen, yeah.
It drives me nuts that I watch teams like the Cowboys who accidentally find pass rushers, right? They accidentally found a pass rusher after their guy left. Then they accidentally found another one in Micah Parsons, and now they're both there. And then they accidentally get Diggs' brother there. He gets he has that ACL or MCL injury, whichever it was. And then his backup has 5 pick sixes in one season. We can't even draft a guy to be a dude. They're finding guys on accident. This guy's a backup who's now going to get paid. It drives me nuts that we can't accidentally fall into talent. These guys all over the league do. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts, accidentally happened, dude. It was an accident.
Hey, Bucs by 30 saying Lamar Jackson, last pick in the first round, 32nd pick.
Accidentally.
Hey, how do the Colts get fucking Peyton Manning for 20 years and then get accidentally the
Purdy? Purdy's an accident.
The year that fucking Peyton gets next surgery, they cut him. They get Andrew Luck. How the?
Bro, look at Green Bay. Green Bay's always had a quarterback my entire fucking life.
What the?
Besides Don Mikowski.
Bart Starr to, I don't know who the fuck came after him. Then all of a sudden, Brett Favre there for a million fucking years. Yeah. And while he's there, Aaron Rodgers is like, hey, yo, I'm actually better than him. They're like, wait, you are? You're here in the building and you're better than this guy? This guy's a Hall of Famer. Oh, cool, come on in. Oh, what? We got another Hall of Famer? Sweet.
Come on in, dude.
Come on, dude. Yeah. And they're just rolling Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer. What the fuck, man?
We've started every McCown, bro. Josh McCown's mom.
Oh, Luke McCown.
Yeah, Luke McCown, fucking
Listen,
McCown.
I'll tell you who I want to draft, okay? In I think 12 years, my eyes are set on Phillip Rivers, one of Phillip Rivers' kids. All right, any one of those 10 motherfuckers.
All right, I'm down.
Bring him in.
Isn't there a kid? Listen, I don't follow fucking college football very closely. Isn't there a kid named Penis that's from Tampa?
Penix. From Tampa.
Penix,
Washington.
Penix.
Oh, I thought it was Penis, bro.
Thank you for bringing the bots into the chat.
Appreciate it.
Thank you a lot.
But listen, if there's a Penis from Tampa, I want it.
Hey, we hire Ben Johnson and we draft Penis. Oh my God.
And Penis?
What?
The
Johnson and Penis, the quarterback head coach duo we need.
It would explode.
I'll get a Johnson jersey. I'll get a penis jersey. Bro, I will fucking...
Talk about dick on the table. Oh, what? Dicks on the table. Jesus literally. Dicks on
read the super chat from Salty, bro. Hit the buzzer.
Oh, let's go. Happy birthday, Sammer.
No, read the super chat.
No, double-edged sword. Keep Bowles and maybe 13 won't stay. Fire Bowles, he might leave anyways. We can't base keeping Mike Evans off anything other than what Mike wanted/wants at the negotiation table. No, we're not saying that. We're saying you get rid of a coach and you say, hey, Mike, who do you want? This is our plan. You get him to buy in and see that there's a direction. There's something going on. So he doesn't think, we doing the Greg Schiano thing all over again? Cool. See you later. I'm out. Like that. You're avoiding that. Come on, man. You can believe he played with Mike Glennon, dude.
Jesus.
You believe that?
Jesus Christ.
No, he played crazy. Well. He caught touchdowns from it, bro. He caught touchdowns from every garbage that's ever played for this organization. Mike Evans has caught a touchdown. I'm pretty sure Steve DeBerg threw Mike Evans a fucking touchdown at one point.
Jameis.
It's been that long.
Ryan Griffin's thrown touchdowns. He's caught touchdowns from fucking the biggest, nicest, sexiest thighs in the game. He plays for Kansas City now.
Damn right
Blaine
he did. Fucking Blaine
Gabbert.
Mike is just a touchdown machine.
All right, before we end this show, let's talk about some positivity from yesterday. And I think
there's positive
something I was really, really I'm just so happy and so proud of Kalijah Cansey. Dude is an absolute stud. He's a monster. He's a monster. And Servassier, of course. Great fucking name, by the way. Dude out-hustled all of Devon White's 2023 tape yesterday by himself. Okay? I'm sorry. That's just what it is since week 1, at least.
Yeah, I also want to give a shout out to, what's his name? JTS, who touched the quarterback this week. Dude, I'm so proud of you, man. I remember when I touched my first boob. It's a good feeling, and I want you to touch more quarterbacks because that's what you're there for. Get those guys. I hear somebody said, like, statistics show that he's always around the quarterback. Well, this week you actually touched one. So congratulations. Next week, there's a guy, bro, who I heard has like the worst percentage of drop back passing percentage in the history or since like 2011. He's the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers that we play this week. Go touch that guy. Go put him in the fucking dirt.
Cali Bucks says, damn, I wish Stank would be sick and not show up.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Greg DeCruz has a good one too. Canales is a magician. He's made Godwin disappear from the offense.
He did.
Yeah. He has.
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen, by the way, as you were talking about JTS, he almost overran it too. I mean, it fell into his lap, and he still almost overran it.
He was so surprised that the stunt actually worked.
The quarterback, Minshew actually tackled him. This show's about to go back to his roots, baby.
Yeah. Listen, you think we're off the fucking rails right now, and fuck you, Cali Bucks. Listen, I hope your ass starts bleeding and doesn't stop from now until the next show.
That's
all right?
Savagery.
Why would it bleed? You speak from a place of experience there, Stank.
Yeah.
You wanna
maybe
get something off your chest?
Stank, you want to
go positive? I listen. I've been very open about ass blood in the past. All right, so you got to go back to former episodes if you want to know about that.
Snake, you want to find one positive and talk about it? Sammer game.
I just did.
Okay. I'm gonna give mine. JTS. Wow, I was just shocked that was actually a positive one. Everyone knows him. I'm a Mike Evans guy. Mike Evans, 2 fucking touchdowns, 70 yards, on pace again for just to go over 1,000 yards. Just a machine. He's pretty much a machine. And honorable mention, Baker. He's a fucking dog. You can say whatever you want about Baker. You could say he's too short. You could say he's not the guy, and he's probably not. You could say he's the reason, and he's not the only reason. But that motherfucker's a dog, and
he is. But that wasn't a great outing.
No,
bro. The motherfucker's on a bum ankle, and he picks up 15, 18 yards, and then trucks the fucking. He's a dog, bro, and lays it on the line for teammates every fucking Sunday, no matter what. And you got to tip your hat on that. Whether you agree with the way he plays or not, whether you agree that he's the guy or he's the main problem, you fucking hate him, you want to see Trask. You can't deny that the guy puts his body on the line for his teammates. Sacrifices it, lets it all hang out every fucking Sunday. That dude's a dog.
There's no doubt about his give a shit meter, right?
Nope.
So listen, he might not be the greatest quarterback. Obviously, he's not winning a Super Bowl anytime soon, probably. But I'll take a guy who gives a shit over a guy who doesn't give a shit in 45 any day of the week. And you got guys like that, but his comments are kind of weird, right? I'm not sure who he's talking about. Is it the coaches? Is it guys on the defensive side? I don't see guys on the offensive side who he'd really have to bring along, right? I don't see lazy guys on the offensive side. Is it the O-line he's talking about?
I think so.
But this is not the first time he said it. He said it like 2 or 3 times now, total. That whole, we need to get more until everybody gets angry and pissed off about it. It's not going to get fixed. Or like, what is he talking?
He's just talking about the team in general, bro. You know, Bowles isn't wrong saying that the failures come from different. You know, Stinney this week, awful fucking 2 huge fucking mistakes. He had a drive.
That was not a hold.
Huh?
That was not a hold.
Okay, it wasn't a hold. You're right, but still, unfortunate luck. The hold and the fucking offsides were just both awful fucking plays. It doesn't matter, bro. There's always a failure by somebody on this fucking team. It's hard to pinpoint one guy. There are certain guys who just aren't getting it done. We talked about 45 and his I don't know, lack of whatever the fuck is the problem here. But by the way, we've got a couple more super chats before we end this beautiful fucking show. Dylan Kurian says Ben Johnson,
first one.
Keon Coleman, trade back in the first to snatch penis would be a dream come true. Jack for the Green Bay invasion, dude. We're like 3 weeks out from fucking Green Bay. I'm gonna be shirtless and shoeless in the snow. I fucking can't wait.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm gonna get that goddamn picture with no shirt in that fucking stadium with Lambo in the background.
Well, hold on. Salty Buck, happy birthday, Sammer. You old piece of you old buck, he says.
Okay. Anyway,
we're getting that shirtless.
For those of you who watched us for many years, make sure you hit the like button on your way out. And for those of you who are new and found us on accident because you were looking for Todd Bowles getting fired, which hasn't happened, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. And for those of you who are listening or don't know, we are also on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you like to download and listen to audio podcasts. So make sure you also leave us a review on there as well. What stink?
Did you just respond that way to our friend and brother, Salty Buck? He donated money to wish you happy birthday, and you're like,
I wasn't responding to that. I was responding to your stupid comments about whatever the fuck you were talking about.
Okay, well, say thank you then.
I had a positive thing to talk about, and so did Latte.
In the fucking house too. Hell yeah, Green Bay was with us in Dallas.
Building,
oh baby.
Retire that shitty horn, Cali Bucks. Nailed it.
Retire that. And he paid for it. Yo,
thanks for the $1.99.
Steak actually doesn't like Cali, bro. He gets every time he's on Cali, he's like, "This motherfucker's stupid."
What do you mean? What do you mean? I actually don't.
Latte,
like
really quick. Because I forgot to ask you at the top.
I love that guy.
Why are you wearing the victory shades? Are you celebrating the draft or
what's depression shades? He looks depressed.
Is it depression shades?
It is depression shades. The victory shades.
Hide your tears.
Yes. Yes. My eyes are shot red. Just a lot of crying has been happening since yesterday. It's no longer the victory shades are retired. Okay.
But hey, we're one game out. We're
one game out, and it's communication. Get the communication right. We're gonna be fine.
That should be a shirt. We're still somehow one game out of first place.
Sammer told me that the Bucs made you throw up earlier. Is that true?
They did. It was gross. I was rewatching some of the game before the show because we do homework on here. Even though you guys think we're not like film guys and we don't do our homework, we're just out here just doing shit. You know,
I fucking all day. I'm all 22 every day. Me and all 22 together.
Come on here ready to talk about Big Johnsons and and penises. It's.
Hey, Big Johnson and penis, that's the right pair for me, baby. Go Bucs.
Welcome to Tampa Bay. We fuck 'em up when we raise the flag. Fire the cannons and